Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. It's a confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. Red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. It's a confess. Bang, bang, call.
Will this finally give in? One more. Can't let that go to waste. It's 67 cents. So, this is my Bear Creek Arsenal build. It's probably, I'm into it about $400. And what I want to talk to you guys today about is essentially why Bear Creek Arsenal is a perfect option if you're building your first AR or if you're brand new to the platform. This is definitely a great way to go. There's another YouTuber, 704 Tactical. He bought an upper before Bear Creek was even Bear Creek. They were just a machining shop. Before that was when they first uploaded their website. He was talking about how he bought an upper from them with the stainless steel barrel, and he was using match grade ammo and shooting half-inch groups. So again, perfect entry-level AR. During COVID, where I think Bear Creek really got their name from, where everyone was panic buying ammunition, ARs, and all that stuff, a lot of people were going with Bear Creek and they were having quality control issues, such as the screws from the handguard were not tightened, which isn't really a big deal, but one that is kind of a big deal, at least to me, in my mind, in terms of buying an AR-15, which is literally a tool. It's not a toy. So I feel like from the box, it should at least be safe. The screws from the gas block were walking on me, but ever since COVID, all of that died down because Bear Creek's main purpose is to put out as many AR-15s or uppers, lowers, anything that they can to as many civilians as possible in a cost-effective manner. And by doing that, and anything, you can, even with Geisley, you can buy a $3,000 AR and there's going to be a lemon. It's just when mass producing something such as ARs, it's bound to happen. And after COVID, when they reassessed their quality control issues and had a new system implemented, everything, in my experience, has gotten fixed in terms of screws backing out and stuff like that. Everything that Bear Creek makes is in-house, that everything is machined by them, which you're getting an American-made part. Not only that, but it keeps cost effect down, such as they don't have to outsource for parts or anything like that. They make from their handguards to their uppers, lowers, everything is forged by them. And by doing that, again, it keeps the cost down. The one thing is with our 223 Wild uppers, they have the chamber tolerance of 5.56, but the pressure tolerance, or excuse me, the chamber tolerance of 223 and the pressure tolerance of 5.56. So with the expansion of 5.56, as you can see with this rifle, or pistol, sorry, ATF, calm down. The under pressured rounds from 223 causes a double feed and you'll get a death jam. So the one downside to a budget system like this, you could obviously change out to an adjustable gas block system, or just use 5.56 and spicy ammo, because other than that, you're going to get double feeds and death jams every time, as you can see with the footage from before. So with it having the chamber tolerances of 223 and the pressure tolerances of 5.56, they tend to not like steel case ammo. The other good thing about Bear Creek and them being the company that they are is they offer a wide variety of calibers, such as, like, again, 223 Wild. They have a 7.62 by 3.9, which is their AR-47, 300 Blackout, and their AR-10 platform. They have 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. They also have 8.6 Blackout, which is very difficult to find and get into for the price that they have it posted at, because essentially 8.6 Blackout is such a brand new round and it's very difficult to find ammunition for. But not only is it difficult to find ammunition for, it's difficult to find a rifle to feed it to. So Bear Creek has that covered, which is awesome. They have multiple different charging platforms as well. They have their side charging, which another good thing about Bear Creek and another adding point to their customer service is I have a Gen 1 side charge, and when they were doing the Gen 2 programs, all you had to do was send them $75 and they would send you a complete assembled Gen 2 upper for only $75. It was essentially just the cost of shipping and I guess restocking, even though they would just repurpose that for new things. So that's a cool thing. They also have the dual charging, which is the Gen 2 side charge, and it also implements a rear charge. So you have two different options for charging. I think that's a little weird, in my personal opinion, but to each their own. They also have options of bufferless 9mm. That's a cool addition. You can get into a bufferless 9mm platform without having to spend X amount of money on a Strybog. Their AR-10s are some of the best bang for your buck that you can get because of the machine process that they use for their barrels. Everything is, again, done in-house, and you pair that with match-grade ammunition, and you're putting 1-inch groups downrange all day in a cost-effective manner to not only your wallet, but it's not going to break your marriage either. And that's always nice. So you get to come home with a new gun and a wife. Bear Creek also has their own innovative designs, such as they have their own 1022 clone, and they have an all-metal framed Glock clone, which it's always nice when a company goes from making something like this to spreading their wings and branching out to other stuff. It shows growth, it shows improvement, and I love to see that from a company that went from being a machine shop into what it is today. My first thing that I would do for any BCA upper that you get is change out the charging handle. In my opinion, the charging handles that these come with are subpar for being a mil-spec charging handle. Recommendation would be is if you're getting into AR-15s, guns in general, you're looking to get into this platform, would buy a BCA upper, buy a lower, learn the ins and outs of your rifle or pistol, and then from there, slowly, because the great thing about ARs is that you can build them piece by piece. So take this, use it, train with it, build something better slowly over time if you're on a budget and you can't exactly just go out and build a $3,000 rifle. And once that is complete, you'll have the satisfaction of not only building your own weapon, but you now have a high efficiency firearm and or AR-15 that you can train with, and you can go from your BCA into something that you did yourself. But this is a great starting point for you to get to and get your training wheels for learning the platform, and then you can go from this to something better. But only at that point in which you're comfortable, go and start to build your own things, because at the end of the day, again, these are tools. They're not toys. It's a fun hobby, but this is a hobby that you can't cut corners in, because if you do, it will get you killed. Don't fuck around with these, ever. Unless you know what you're doing, unless you have full confidence in building these, don't do it yourself. Just build an upper and lower and slap them together. And until you learn the ins and outs, then go and build your own rifle or pistol. So I've only touched slightly on this, but there's so much more that I could go into, but that's my basic conclusion of Bear Creek Arsenal and why I would recommend it as an entry point or getting started into the platform. I'm Ghost. This has been my overview. Don't forget, go to w.gg, use code GHOST for 10% off. I'll have it down in the description. It's also in my bio. I appreciate you guys for coming out, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you. Cut it.